experimenting with it and we see that change take place. So we'll see.
Could we maybe guess, though, what may be a counter then to Cloud9? I mean, we've seen, obviously we have those changes coming in. Ellie's not going to be quite the same then.
Well,
what?
It was the Mistweaver jungle, right? And then Gushing Wounds got nerfed, and now Mistweaver jungle doesn't really work. Ellie looked like it could be the answer, but that's more so because Lightning Lasso wasn't affected by conflict. It's going to, so then Ellie's not going to work. And the thing is, Mage Lock doesn't have to win in a stun. They can just win by poking you with the little tickle attacks.
I swear to God, you gotta stop using that word, man. It's weird.
Well, so
yes, Ben.
well, I was gonna say, so for Mage Lock, I think there's some validity to what Subatiz is saying, that I think this composition stands to be even stronger after some of the changes we see on Tuesday. With that said, I really liked Daedalus playing the Elemental Shaman Destro. I really believe, especially against the Frost Mage, that is a decent answer, especially if you're playing on a smaller map. I would say you probably even have the edge. On a larger map, maybe not, but that's something I want to see teams trying to implement. But yeah, Mage Lock is looking good, Cloud9 is looking good, and they're probably feeling pretty good about some of the upcoming changes because I don't think it's really going to impact them and their playstyle, and they might just be more bulletproof than ever.
And it's getting dark in there.
Yeah, man, what's going on there, bud?
In my room, why, you guys can't see when you guys watching the broadcast.
Maybe.
The sun went down, man.
I have a WhatsApp call still open.
I just want to point out the sun is starting to rise again in Zico's room.
It is.
So late for him.
Yeah, at the beginning of the broadcast,
we watched a complete solar cycle between
yeah, we
all of
actually
our
did.
channels.
It was morning where I lived when we started, and then the sun has gone down, and for Zico, the sun has actually risen. The birds are gonna start chirping.
They already chirp, man. The birds are out of here. They're hunting for food at this point. I have like a bird's nest. They live right above my window. The mom right now, he's out there, looking for, I don't know, animal.
What? Wait, why?
He wants the biggest prize.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Word of the day. All right. Well, Golden Guardians and Cloud9 are both getting their teams ready to get to go here. The gates will be opening soon, and this is honestly, it's been such a long day of really incredible gameplay, some super close series, and now there's only 2 teams left. Cloud9 facing off against Golden Guardians once again for this rematch on game number 1 of the Grand Finals.
All right, game number 1, the Grand Arena. Best of 7. They're going to start with Shadow Priest Rogue Shaman, so Snuts is going to start off as well. This game looked terrifying on Ashamane's fall, but they were actually able to pull off a victory on Runes of Lordaeron. Golden Guardians are just relying on that patented Rogue Shadow Priest Shaman. It worked for them, so I can't take it away from them. They made it work. They had to take it to the deepest, darkest caverns of dampening to pull it off, but they made it work. They made their comp work. They made it work. And they could do it again. So Snuts is going to be tagged in here, and that Rich quote in the hype video, never take Snuts off the bench. Well, he's going to be starting things off here for Cloud9.
Yeah, and Vanna is going to be starting off things here with a wrong prediction.
Okay, yeah, I got the prediction wrong. What do you want from me? All right, I'm literally just following
we
the
both
footsteps
did,
of my domestic partner, the leaky faucet himself. So,
Drip.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Anyways, here we are in this game. Snut's going to be pushing forward, looking to generate some pressure here onto WizK in the match. I mean, that's what we saw in the last series. Golden Guardians, by some miracle, actually won this setup, like this matchup. We didn't think it was going to be possible, but they managed to do it, which is why I kind of predicted that we'd see Wealthy Man on the Frost Mage. The counter WizK and Peekaboo just sitting at the pillar, but they're not going to be going with that one, so that's going to be feeling confident to push in. Beautiful setup here, the double leg sweep with Chaos Bolts, but Peekaboo shrugs that one off thanks to Conflict and Strife, the lingering Psychic Shell, and now looking to make an offensive push.
All right, let's see what they can get done here. And right now there's a big push happening. Peekaboo actually just trying to get some bleeds onto Chanimal, not trying to get too aggressive here on the side of the Golden Guardians. And They're just trying to do basically what we saw earlier. Extend the game, try to play for the late game, and try to be in a favorable position when we get to that late game. If we can, then it's going to be great for them. They just want to hold on to all of those major defensives. If Abster's expend a little bit of mana, I don't think it's the end of the world. If Cubsy goes away and gets a drink, it's also not going to be the end of the world. It's just later in dampening, they need to hold on to at least 40-50% of Abster's mana and all of those major defensives. And speaking of that, right now Snuts is looking to force one right here. Whiskey is going to use his fade right there, and that's because he had the touch of death rolling on him, and I'm pretty sure he actually faded the leg sweep. So when you do the touch of death as a Windwalker, if you leg sweep right away, the touch of death doesn't explode in your stun. So usually Windwalkers will paralyze, touch of death, and then leg sweep, and then get that big timing with the explosion and the dressed. But Snuts not able to find it with the paralyze, and that allows Whiskey a chance to preemptively fade like that, and it's a great job by Whiskey. Those are the kind of small plays that they need to be making that's going to allow them to hold on to dispersion and things like that for a longer period of time.
Golden Guardians posted up at the pillar, looking to take Cloud9's dampening strategy and use it against them. And I can't blame them. Cloud9 has been dampening the entire North American region, so they're getting a taste of their own medicine here against the Golden Guardians. It worked in their previous series. They're looking to make it work again. Can they pull it off, though, in a best of 7? Snuts stunned up as he's pushed quite far forward. Cubsy in a good position, though, just to heal through it. Psyfiend gets dropped here. Snuts going to roll over and chop that up really quick. Remove that healing reduction. Double stun for Snuts. Really good value here. Twisted Fury on the 2 targets. Absterge not able to get too far away. Doesn't want to run in line of sight of Chanimal. Ring of Peace is making it annoying for Absterge to heal his team up here as well. Peekaboo just throw knifing Chanimal, trying to get that wound poison on as many targets as possible. Infernal's called in for Chanimal. He's going to be ramping up a bit. And Snuts, he's not hesitating. He's all over the Golden Guardians right now. Let's see how the Golden Guardians deal with Snuts in this position.
And so far, they're just outright tanking him. He's in their face, Fist of Fury, spinning crane kicks, whirling dragon punch, and they're literally just not taking damage. So right now, it's looking okay. The leg sweep comes in. Whiskey is actually going to look like he's trinketing out. And maybe they try to punish Snuts here. Kidney shot. He's got no fortifying brew. This might be an opportunity for them to push forward, but it's just so unlikely. Cubsy, he heals up Snuts, and now he's positioning across the map. I think he's going to be looking for drinks in the match, and that's one thing Cubsy does an excellent job of. He's always just going for drinks. He's always just trying to maximize his mana, and that way he never really gives Peekaboo and Whiskey and Absterge an opportunity. If he waits too long to drink, it becomes too obvious. But if he just does it consistently and always throughout the match, then it's much more difficult for Peekaboo, Whiskey, and Absterge to shut down.
Yeah, and we're going to see Absterge now just sitting in Ghost Wolf, trying to avoid. Oh, there's a touch of death. Whiskey, what are you going to do to respond here? Snuts with big damage. He gets feared, and all of his images too. So Whiskey, with a defensive fear here, should allow him to hold on to most of his cooldowns there. Absterge using that Earthen Wall Totem and that Vitality Conduit is enough to keep his team going for now. Let's see here. Another triple Shadow Fury coming out, triple Fist of Fury, Chanimal, and Snuts just trying to do as much damage as possible, trying to force out as many cooldowns as possible, trying to tax Absterge mana as much as possible, and put themselves ahead as we enter dampening, gentlemen.
All right, new choice here. What time do you think the first player dies is in this game? I'm guessing 16 minutes and 12 seconds.
Are we doing prices right?
Yeah, no going over.
16 minutes and 12 seconds.
Don't do 16 and 11.
I'll do 15:43.
You need to help me remember these because those are big numbers.
What was yours?
16, 12?
16-13.
Wow, okay. You're just trying to get back at me, aren't you?
I definitely am. All right. Now here we are. We'll have to see how long this one really goes for. This is the thing for Golden Guardians. They normally just look like they're losing, right? It just seems not so good for them. They're forced defensive. They're forced to run away for the earlier stages of the game. But as dampening gets higher and Cubsy has to expend more mana, that's when, you know, their pressure really starts adding up, and that's when they can try to start developing some momentum in the match. It's just going to be one of those things where it takes a little while for Golden Guardians to kind of heat up, or for dampening to kind of stack up, to be honest. And Cloud9, they're going to try to develop and maintain that lead by getting Cubsy to drink, by not overextending, and not really giving Golden Guardians an inch in this match.
Yeah, we can see another push here. Snuts getting a leg sweep there onto Absturge. Absturge, though, still holding on to his Ascendance, trying to hold on to his cooldowns for as long as possible. And he's going to use that Spirit Walker's Grace, making him immune to interrupts. Cast out a couple of chain heals. Peekaboo now with a kidney shot. Beautiful life cocoon there from Cubsy. Just going to use that for efficiency. You can see Absturge has his Earth Elemental on Cubsy, trying to shut him down from drinking. But to be honest, it's not like Cubsy needs to drink right now. And the Paralyze coming out onto Absturge. Unfortunately breaks, though, to the AoE damage there of Channel, I think. And again, Snuts just kind of poking in and out the pillar. Still has all of his cooldowns. He gets kidney shot, but he is in Cubsy's line of sight. So Cubsy's going to have no problem keeping his team alive. And once again, it's the same thing here from the Golden Guardians. They're just trying to kidney Snuts, trying to just avoid Chanimal. You can see what Peekaboo's doing here. It's so annoying. He's just going out, using a throw knife on Chanimal right there, and then he goes behind the pillar, and they all line of sight him, and he can't move because of that crippling poison. You can see him, and they're just going for Snuts. You see, every time Chanimal goes to one side, the whole team of Golden Guardian goes to the other side. Peekaboo goes out, reapplies his slow with the crippling poison, and then he goes back in. But there's a big push here. He has to trinket out of that leg sweep. Unfortunately, he got caught on the side of the pillar there. Had to use his trinket and his Cloak of Shadows. Not the worst exchange. They didn't overlap anything like in that previous game, so still not ideal for the Golden Guardians, but that is something that they could afford to.
They also just got to the halfway point before they're going to make their move based on the results of their games previously against Cloud9, so Absturge really needs to hold his mana strong. That Ring of Peace is in the sky on the pillar. That's not going to be doing too much up there. Double Shadow Fury, good damage from Snuts. He's definitely maxed out his pressure while Chanimal is just doing a walking simulator on the other side of the box. He's like, I want to play too. I'm over here. All right, now he's rooted into a Hex. Oh, it broke early. It broke early for him. All right, we still rooted. All right, Chanimal.
Look at laughing at Chanimal.
Look at Chanimal. Peekaboo's hitting him. Chanimal can play.
Dude, this is how Sid is when he's queuing Guardian Druid. That's the kind of like attitude he has, just laughing at people he's playing against. Ooh, big hit on Peekaboo. Double leg sweep coming in from Snuts. They're looking to make a big setup. Oh. They might be able to take him down. It's a power play. This K almost gets smoked as well. That is going to be the Void Shift and the Dispersion. Snuts and Chanimal are not messing around, and they want to maintain this lead for as much as they can. Snuts now in a kidney shot. Let's see what they can get done in that regard, but it just seems like Cloud9, they're going to keep riding this lead, this momentum. Cubsy consistently going for those drinks as well. I mean, he's at full mana. Interrupt now on Absturge. Snuts is just not afraid to push in.
Yeah, that was exactly the push that Cloud9 needed. They forced out those big cooldowns before the Golden Guardians. Could extend the game to the point where they have that advantage, and that's what happens when you laugh at Chanimal. Also, I think the word you were looking for, man, is Schadenfreude. I don't know how you pronounce it in English, but in Swedish it's called Glädje, which you're happy, making others miserable. Basically, you're happy playing Guardian Druid. It's the best way to explain it. But Chanimal, ooh, big damage here on the Peekaboo. Actually gets the spell on the Mortal Coil. Cubsy, though, should get that leg sweep from behind there with the DR Paralyze. They don't have the damage, though, unfortunately. Snuts is just going to keep up his pressure on two players there, and Chanimal and Cubsy, they're just going to go after Peekaboo. Peekaboo gets topped off, though, with that heal from Absturge. But the rest of the team on the Golden Guardian side is rotting down. Double leg sweep. Whiskey Trinkets out of that one. Pre-Vitality coming through from Sturge, keeping his team in the fight for now. He has the Earthen Wall Totem as well, coming back up. He might need to use it. He's going to drop the Ascendance. He's going to drop the big chain heal here with that Spirit Walker's Grace. Still has the Earthen Wall Totem holding on to it. Still has his Spirit Link Totem and his Trinket. So the Golden Guardians, they still have some defense, but that Void Shift, I don't think is going to come back up once again. And that Earthen Wall Totem just got forced here.
Oh, Peekaboo's going after Cubsy, but his entire team is being destroyed while he does it. Is he going to be able to take out Cubsy, carry the team? WizK backs him up with a silence. Big Drestigath hit as well. Cubsy's just going to go for a revival, remove all those vampiric touches. Stun up Peekaboo out in midfield. Chanimal could turn around. and just slap them. Absurge moves out into midfield for Vitality Conduit, but the whole team is dying at this point. Where are the openings? They need a miracle. They need Peekaboo to just do an ungodly amount of damage on Cubsy right here and right now. Will he find the kill? Oh my goodness, is this the Golden Guardian's miracle? Life Cocoon comes from Cubsy. Peekaboo's going in. It's all or nothing here, chasing Cubsy around out midfield. They blind Chanimal. They take him out of the fight. There's not going to be a vanish. They need a Hex. Absurge goes for the Hex. He doesn't find it. Peekaboo gets stunned up. He trinkets. He's trying to power down Cubsy. Snuts moves back to push Peekaboo off. He evasions. He trades. He's going to stay alive. Cubsy needs to get away from Peekaboo. He's rolling across the map. Absurge just got to his side. Now he's going to have to go all the way back. Mind controls on Channel. It's basically crowd control Channel. Make this as annoying as possible for him and hope to God that Peekaboo kills Cubsy before Channel gets out of crowd control. They drop the smoke bomb in desperation. They're trying to go all out. They got basically no mana left. Cloak of Shadow's the last line for Peekaboo. A Spirit Link in Absurge's back pocket. Cubsy silenced up. WizK tearing in. Peekaboo waddling his way over desperately to kill Cubsy. Is he going to fall here? 44% dampening? Is that high enough to kill Cubsy on that Mistweaver Monk? Breaks out of the stun. Reverses it with a leg sweep. Peekaboo's pinned at the pillar. Is he going to be able to stabilize? Looks like he will. He's line of sighting with Absurge. They're holding out here with 10% mana, close to that 50% dampening mark. The Golden Guardians are going to need to live on a prayer at this point if they want to win.
I mean, there's Spirit Link Totem, so there's definitely some defense available for the Golden Guardians. And if they can hold on to the precious Vitality Conduit, they might be able to top off. So we'll see what Absurge can get done here, but definitely Cloud9 looking favored. Cubsy could even potentially sit down for a drink, but he's just going to support Snuts in this all-out push. Snuts is going in. He wants to end it. I don't know if he's going to be able to, though. Playing a little bit cautious and careful. Doesn't want to have to trade out the Touch of Karma. Cubsy gets the heals on him, and Peekaboo actually going for it. Nice ring of peace there by Snuts to defend Cubsy. And now we're seeing that when Peekaboo wants to go after Cubsy, Snuts is going to punish it. Peekaboo gets out of the stun at 2% health. Vanish, Cloak of Shadows, and look at him. He's just marching forward. He's going for it. He wants to take Cubsy down, but now, I mean, he might have to go for a re-stealth. Cubsy immediately retreating to the safety of Snuts, and as long as Snuts is there, he will protect Cubsy from Peekaboo. Snuts just needs to make sure he's focused, shut down WizK, and also if he needs to make a swap over on a Peekaboo. Big Infernal Stuns coming out from Chanimal now. One Chaos Bolt gets cast out, gets grounded. Peekaboo still going down. Absurge with the Ascendance, his last little bit of mana, the last little bit of gas in the tank. Can they make it count? I mean, Peekaboo, he's got the blind. WizK, he's in a dispersion. They need to do an all-in onto Chanimal. They need to do something. They need to utilize this blind, or the Golden Guardians. There's just no way they can recover. One Chaos Bolt lands onto Absurge. Snuts just charging in, trying to end it. Peekaboo, he gets the full blind on Cubsy. They might be looking for a setup. There's no way. Are they going to get it? Absurge is looking for a Hex. WizK gets interrupted. He's just so low. Absurge, he throws in the Spirit Link Totem. Somehow the Golden Guardians are alive. I mean, it's impossible. They cannot recover. How has Absurge kept his team alive? There's just no way. They're all 5% health. Snuts moves in the leg sweep, and that's a double kill. Just like that, even a triple kill. Cloud9, I mean, this matchup is not looking good. Golden Guardians, they need to switch it up because this is looking, that was horrible. That was looking unwinnable for them.
All right. So Supa guessed 16-12.
Okay.
Ben, you guessed 16-13. Zika guessed
Allegedly.
15-43. But honestly, I was muted. You guys didn't hear me. I guessed 14-36, which just happens to be the exact time that they lost. So really,
Very impressive.
Wow, I am. Maybe you should be the analyst.
you guys
That was
can
a
all
really good
go to bed.
guess.
I'll just take it from here, boys.
Is that
Wait, is that
an
a
invitation?
Wait, what?
Wait, I mean,
All right, but all jokes aside, Cloud9 taking that game one off of Golden Guardians. Really, everybody at the end there was dropping so low. They stayed alive, though, for quite some time. But like you were saying, Ben, at the end, they really just need to figure something out here going to game two.
Well, I think for the Golden Guardians, they managed to find a nice win against Cloud9, but honestly, this isn't a matchup we really think that they should win. And I mean, watching it didn't look good. There's just not a lot of openings. WizK is really going to struggle on that Shadow Priest to generate momentum. The only thing maybe is if they go to a map with a big pillar. Like, if they go to a map with a big pillar, maybe they can bait Snuts out of line of sight. Maybe that's what they want to go for, but I don't know. This just doesn't seem good. But with that being said, do they have a better option? I don't know. I mean, maybe they go... Maybe we need to see Peekaboo. We need to see to be Peekaboo on the Windwalker Monk, and they just need to go in with a mirror Destro Windwalker, Snuts and Chanimal versus Peekaboo and WizK on the Warlock. That might even be the best option. Pardon me?
WizK Bolt.
Yeah, WizK Bolt, that's right.
Okay. Subtees, any comment on that? What do you think Golden Guardian's option is? Best option.
I'm kind of wondering how Cubs even died in that Runes of Lordaeron game after watching that last one. Felt like there was no hope for the Golden Guardians there on the Grand Arena.
I mean, I think what ended up happening is Snuts just let Peekaboo have too much fun. Like, Snuts just let Peekaboo basically sit on Cubsy for way too long. And we saw in that game that didn't happen. When Peekaboo was in the open, Snuts immediately was like, all right, I'm chasing. And then all of a sudden, WizK and Absurge, they have to deal with Chanimal just harassing them with fears and coils. And Snuts can just sit on Peekaboo. And as a Windwalker Monk, I can tell you it's very satisfying, peeling a rogue. You can paralyze him, you can bring a piece him, you can snare him, you can root him, you can stun him. It's not easy for a rogue to sit on a monk with a monk peeling him.
Would it be wise for them to even go that comp again?
Try Ellie Destro with Jelly Ellie.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, 10... What?
I mean, why not? If they know it's Frost Mage, if Cloud9 blind lock Frost Mage, Destro.
Why would they blind lock Frost Mage?
You don't think they'll blind lock Frost Mage? I guess they don't have to. They just keep blind locking.
I think they're gonna play Windwalker Destro every game now. After
Do you think they could play some type of Paladin all-in comp and kill Snuts?
Yeah, maybe. I would be down to see that.
I would like to see like Rogue, Shadow Priest, Holy Paladin. Would be good if they're gonna play a Holy Paladin
with Maledicts.
Obviously, but
That's you don't even need to say that at this point.
Yeah, it goes without saying.
At this point, I'm not.
Just in case there's any new people in the stream, we need to get them up to speed.
New people in the stream, stack Versa and play Maledict. There you go. I want to see that with Rogue Shadow Priest. I mean, ideally, I would love to see that with Rogue Lock, but I don't think we're going to see that. Rogue Shadow Priest, Pally, that feels like a good mix.
All right, well, Golden Guardians have locked in Runes of Lordaeron. Cloud9 playing that Windwalker lock once again. Golden Guardians, now their turn to pick the comp. Do we have any more insight now that we're seeing what Cloud9 has chosen to play?
Yeah, Paladin. Absurd should play Paladin.
100%.
Okay. What would be...
Will we do it?
What would be the advantage of that if we saw Absurge lock in that Holy Paladin?
Well, basically, you get that big all-in with the Blinding Light and Hammer of Justice, and you can also remove Snuts' Touch of Karma. A lot of the time, Snuts just goes behind a pillar, does whatever he wants. If he does that, when you have a Paladin on your team, you just bop the Touch of Karma, the Paladin can run in, Hammer of Justice, and blind the healer, and all of a sudden, Snuts has to use his whole spellbook just to live.
Okay, so 30 seconds left. Absurge locking in Resto Shaman again. WizK on the Shadow Priest. Peekaboo once again on the Rogue. What do we think about this decision? Is it...
Well,
go.
So, I'm not going to be the fool that ever counts out the Golden Guardians, but with that being said, I feel like they're being kind of tricked by their previous results. It could also be a situation where they just don't think there's any better options. I mean, we're kind of joking around that we want to see Jelly Ellie, but is that really going to be better than this? I'm not convinced of that at this point. So for Golden Guardians, they're just trying to lead with their best foot forward. I mean, maybe we would like Absurge to be on the Paladin, but they did end up winning this matchup on this map. So maybe they're thinking, we already won with this one. Maybe on the smaller map we can go after Cubsy and stop his drinks, and it is possible. But I think Cloud9, if they clean up their gameplay, I feel like if Cloud9 plays a perfect game, Golden Guardians should not win this.
All right, definitely going to be a difficult battle for Golden Guardians up against Cloud9. Already down one game here in the grand finals. WizK locking in Shadow Priest, Peekaboo locking in that Rogue. We'll see if they can find an answer to Cloud9 here on game 2 of Golden Guardians versus Cloud9.
It won't be on match point, sadly. Although it would have been a good fitting final resting place, it's not going to be.
There it is.
He's trying to get full utilization of the map before it's even the finals. I feel like that's another thing we're gonna have to veto. You can't just make the joke anytime we get a Ruins of Lordaeron.
No, this is super teasy. Like, yeah, last time these guys fought off, this map was a fitting final resting place for C9, but right now they're in the lead.
Because it's a
looking
cemetery?
to turn. Exactly. That's why, because there's a tombstone, and it's the last game.
The
so if
graves
somebody
are already
dies,
dug. It's just efficient.
It's environmentally friendly to play your last game on Ruins.
I don't know after Battle for Azeroth, that whole Sylvanas thing. I don't feel like that's very environmentally friendly.
Well, you can always talk to the NPC and have it reverted back to how it was, right? Restore state for the Undercity. And maybe that's what we're doing here.
Well, the Golden Guardians definitely want to restore it because they are down 0-1, which is a recoverable score. Down 0-2, not as recoverable. This is a tough matchup for them, but they've been playing, a great game so far, dragging it out to their win condition, trying to find opportunities, staying alive when they should have been dead, 10 minutes ago through amazing individual plays, and still finding, moments where they're trying to get those all in. So the Golden Guardians definitely can't be counted out just yet. This map is probably the best map in this matchup, so if they're going to be able to win it, it has to be here, gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, Cloud9 were defeated earlier on by the Golden Guardians. They did find victory with the map Ruins of Lordaeron, so they're just trying to bank on it working out for them again. Peekaboo already striking out at Cubsy, but pre-dampening Conflict and Strife. Yeah, Peekaboo's tickle attacking him. It's not going to do too much there. He's going to pull away. Abster drops the Earthen Wall Totem. Good value on the two players. Double Mortal Coil. Soaks the Fist of Fury. That lingering Psychic Shell on Peekaboo. Little 1 minute cooldown Trinket Ice Block. Pretty powerful. He's not going to take any damage while that's rolling around. Absterge posted up at the pillar in Ghost Wolf. Just trying to maximize his healing efficiency. He gets free healing in Ghost Wolf, so he doesn't have to spend any mana. Let WizK do a little bit of help with that Vampiric Embrace. And Absterge is still just chilling. It's up to Golden Guardians to try and make it into a point in dampening where they have a little bit of mana and they still have Cloak and Void Shift. If they can get to that point in dampening with those cooldowns, they can do an all-in push, trade the cooldowns to stay on target, and then finish the game. But if at any point they get bursted down and have to use a Void Shift and don't have it for that push, well, that win condition is thrown down the tube. So there's a lot of pressure on Golden Guardians to play perfect defense here for upwards of 10 to 15 minutes, and then they've got a 10-second window to make a win happen, and it's going to be devastating for them if they aren't able to pull it off.
I mean, it's definitely not an easy battle for Golden Guardians. That's why we said we didn't like the matchup that much, but they have made it work in the past, and if there's any team that's going to make RPS work in this kind of unwinnable matchup, it is going to be them. I mean, we've seen WizK, Absterge, and Peekaboo pull out absolute miracles in the past. They're a phenomenal team, but it seems like Cloud9 has their number in this one. But it is nice. I mean, Golden Guardians, they're one of the only teams that have forced Cloud9 off of the Magelock Monk. And I mean, that's a small victory in and of itself. They're also the only team that has ever beat Cloud9 in a series in this entire season. So definitely big props to the Golden Guardians. Phenomenal roster, but Cloud9 with some nice adaptation, bringing in this composition. It's looking good for them. It's like Super T's kind of alluded to, for the Golden Guardians, they have to set up this perfect all-in window where they have every single defensive cooldown, everything goes right, and they can make that offensive push. If they don't get there, they don't get to that deep in dampening with all their defensives, it's not enough time for them to actually make something happen.
Oh, see another leg sweep coming out here onto WizK and Peekaboo. Good damage here from Chanimal. Dark Soul not going to be active just yet, but that Infernal is allowing him to stack up those Chaos Bolts. I think he uses Orc Racial there as well, so getting a little bit of extra bonus damage. Anything helps. Chanimal should be stacked up and ready with that Dark Soul if he chooses to pop it. Snuts, Touch of Death activated onto WizK. No Fate available. Let's see if he can push through. Doesn't look like it. Instead, Snut's gonna have to retreat for a second. People looking for a re-stealth. Snut's gonna stop it with that spinning Jade Kick and gets Kidney Shot in Cubsy's line of sight. So right now, beautiful stuff from both teams. Snut's playing super aggressive, trying to put his team ahead, which is exactly his role right now. And Peekaboo looking for restarts, looking to slow down Cloud9, looking to keep his team from expanding those big cooldowns as we are about to set foot into Dampen Land.
Yeah, Snuts just trying to maximize his damage here, seconds away from dampening. Will he be able to do enough damage as he did in game number 1 to find victory for his team? And with this song, I summon dampening.
I think you've officially lost it at this point. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, all right, this is the perfect map for RIP Supatees. All right, here we go. Snuts.
Fitting final resting place.
Is a fitting final resting place for Supatees' sanity at this point. Is fully corrupted. But yeah, I mean, here we are, WizK taking a beating by Snuts once again, and it's just going to be up to Snuts to cause that pressure. He's going to be getting the damage rolling, and he basically wants to tax Absterge as much as he can during the earlier stages of the game, so when they get later on, they don't necessarily have all their defenses, they don't have all their mana, and for the Golden Guardians, they're not going to be feeling comfy. For the Golden Guardians, they're playing it really, really safe at this point, but you can't blame them. I mean, yeah, I've seen people say or criticize the Golden Guardians because they are playing really defensive. They're not really trying to push in, but they can't win at this point. It's just not possible. So they need the dampening, and they need to try to survive and hold on to the defensives. If they can do that, that's going to be their only opportunity to actually close out this match.
All right, let's see if they can do it. Another fear attempt here onto Absterge. I think WizK mastered by that one. I'm not sure. Peekaboo had to use his trinket in this exchange as well a little bit earlier. Vendetta is getting popped here onto Cubsy. Kidney into the silence. Peekaboo trying to get some pressure going here. Has his kick available if Cubsy chooses to cast, but he has that Transcendence location in the starting room, so you can transcend, port away, out of line of sight, and then you can top yourself up and then get your teammates rolling as well. Peekaboo once again looking to apply those bleeds and then go for another kidney shot onto Cubsy. Maybe a Ring of Peace will come out or Chanimal will deflect with the fear spam. There it is. Beautiful timing there from Chanimal. Spam fearing up Peekaboo during that stun lock just to, make sure that he gets slowed down as much as possible. Double Miracle coming out now as well. WizK could be taking some decent damage here. WizK activating the Fade, realizing that Windwalker with his Storm, Earth, and Fire, activating those and using his Fist of Fury is the highest damage that he's going to be doing. So, aside from popping Touch of Death, of course. So beautiful timing there by WizK as well, and they're just trying to trade as efficiently as possible, not fall too far behind, and if they can do it, they could find a win. In the previous game, they were not able to do it, but so far it's looking okay here for the Guardians.
They hold strong, 50% mana, but Peekaboo now, as I say, that gets stunned up along with WizK. Absterge is in a fear. Cloud9 are definitely hammering down in this series. They are not pulling any punches. Get it? Because Snuts is a Windwalker monk?
All right.
Okay. Well, Chanimal stunned up in the kidney shot. Cubsy should be able to stabilize him pretty easily. Hex over on the Snuts, denying a lot of his damage. Chanimal being interrupted multiple times. He's having a tough time at the moment. Finding one Chaos Bolt over on WizK. And Snuts is still laying in, but not really able to move his health just yet. 20% dampening, not enough to really have the sparks fly. We're going to have to wait probably that 15-minute mark, it seems, between these teams. Peekaboo is trying to go after Cubsy, but he gets locked in the starting area. This could be scary for Peekaboo. Oh, he's got Lingering Psychic Shell. It's not scary. Infernals have been called in. It looks like he wants to go after Absterge, and I mean, Absterge is out in midfield. It's a good opportunity if they want to. Snuts is committed to it. The Pack Spirit not going to be nearly as effective in dampening, and Absterge will be having to be wary of interrupts if he's casting those chain heals. He's looking for a Hex, and they're just crowd controlling the Windwalker monk. I like the strategy. Focus down the Warlock, crowd control the Windwalker, take him out of the game. Then you can swap between the Mistweaver and the Lock. They have decent pressure here in game number 2, and they show signs of life.
Where did all this pressure come from? I feel like all of a sudden the Golden Guardians are just figuring things out as the matchup is going further and further. WizK gonna pull back to the pillar here, go back to that safe position. Every single time WizK is targeted by Snuts, he has no choice but to drag Snuts out of line of sight of Cubsy, and in that way he can dispel the Renewing Mist on Snuts and get some nice pressure. Peekaboo though, behind the pillar here, getting stunned up. gets dressed as well right there, and he is going to be able to survive, but Snuts is doing a great job here with those, when he pulls back here, but big push here onto Channel. People might be looking for CC here onto Cubsy as well. Let's see if he can find it. Spell lock onto Absturge. Channel looking to revert the pressure. Beautiful insta kick there onto Cubsy by Peekaboo. Double Mortal Coil comes out. Channel looking for the Chaos Bolt. Cubsy channeling out a couple of heals, and they are going to survive that situation. So nice little strategy adaptation, just hexing Snuts, trying to slow him down as much as possible, fearing him as well on cooldown, and just going more and more after Chanimal. I really like this. Shadow Step kick now by Peekaboo onto Cubsy, into the silence here. They don't have a Vanish Sheep Shot just yet. Peekaboo instead is just going to go after Snuts and Chanimal, realizing he's not going to make it to Cubsy. He doesn't have that Shadow Step, but Cubsy's mana is not looking great here, man.
No, it isn't, and I mean, that's one of the benefits of the map, is they can stop Cubsy from getting the drinks in the match. The Golden Guardians are playing it out, and they might actually be able to tie up the series. It'd be actually remarkable, and they'd be able to prove me wrong, as well as a lot of other people who thought this wasn't the right matchup, but they might be able to do it. Big damage on WizK. They still have to get to that point in the game. Cubsy's recovered. WizK might just fall. The Mortal Coil, and it looks like the Spearling Totem will drop down, but unfortunately Peekaboo doesn't get there in time, and WizK is still just so low. Things are falling apart here for the Golden Guardians. It's going to be the Void Shift, the Spearling Totem, the Astral Shift. Every single defensive. Cloud9, they just need to push in and end this if they can. WizK has no defense left whatsoever, and Snuts will take him down with the Drestagath trinket. Just as the Golden Guardians were starting to heat up, Cloud9 slaps him away and takes game number 2.
Yeah, Golden Guardians look like they almost were able to turn it around, but Cloud9 once again winning. That's twice in a row. They're up 2-0 here in this grand final series against Golden Guardians, and it kind of looked like they had an answer there, though, for a little bit. Zico, where did it start to turn around back in favor of Cloud9?
Well, it looked pretty good at some point there. They were pushing out, they were getting some hexes, they were getting a little pressure onto Cubsy, and they were getting some pressure onto Chanimal, but as soon as that pressure faded, Cubsy managed to recover his team. They're able to push in and just get big push again, and this time around Golden Guardian had to use everything, and it still wasn't enough there. So Cloud9 getting better and better at this matchup, I think.
Yeah, they certainly are. This is a best-of-7 series here. Both of these teams are fighting as hard as they can. No one wants to lose this series, obviously. But where does Golden Guardians go from here? We kind of doubted this composition when we first saw them lock it in before that game, but now it is their map choice again. Do you think that this is something they're going to try again, Supatees, or is it time to switch off of that comp?
I mean, it's the Golden Guardians, it's Shadow Priest Rogue Shaman, so there's always a good chance that they're going to play it. After that defeat, I would like to see them try Paladin, go hook point, pick a really small map where Snuts won't have a lot of ways to escape, try and get a win there. But if they go to a big map, let's say Golden Guardians do this and they pull off a win on a small map. When they go to a big map, I guess they beat Cloud9 on Toll Run. How did they do that? Now, like, after watching those last two games, it wasn't Windwalker Lock.
It
wasn't Windwalker Lock.
Mage Lock is just not as good.
I've only seen them. They've only beaten Windwalker Lock one time, right? That was that one time in the game 5 last series. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I feel like Shadow Priest Rogue isn't their answer.
Like 5 times or something?
The Shadow Priest Rogue is definitely not the answer. It is
definitely
absolutely
not.
Where was their Destro Rogue comp? That's what they were playing, I thought, last time. Destro Rogue Holy Paladin sounds pretty good, too, into the Windwalker Lock.
Double ult, though.
That's a double ult. That's what they're afraid of.
Yeah.
At this point, like, what? Just do it. I don't know. WizKig found wins with that Destro against a lot of good teams. Ooh, they picked a big map. They're baiting a Mage Lock?
Okay.
Maybe?
0% chance they pick Mage Lock, I think.
Unless they go Frost, I don't think we're...
Alright.
Yeah, but they're just outright winning. Like, it's... They're just straight up winning. And I don't even think a big map is bad for Cloud9. If anything, it just gives Cubsy more room. Basically, Ashmane's Fall is going to be Cubsy's playground for repositioning and drinking the entire game. And it's going to be a quick lock-in for Cloud9. They're going to be willing to just put Snuts in for the finals, and I think they're just going to stick with this composition unless Golden Guardians can figure something out. And it might be time to summon in the jelly.
Yeah, Golden Guardians.
Yes.
Their turn to pick the comp here. Cloud9 locking in Windwalker Warlock once again. Zico, you had a thought on that one?
I want to see Jelly.
What do we want to see from Jelly?
Anything.
I just want to see him.
I just wanna see him.
Give him some
Let's
airtime.
try and summon it
Like
again,
this-
chat. Let's spam Jelly in chat. Maybe we can summon Jelly this time.
There was one thing we were missing the last time we spammed. It was peanut butter.
Okay, yeah.
That might be the hidden incantation.
Is there-
to get jelly beans in the game.
The code word. No, but I want to see Jelly and Whiskey. Well, okay, we're going to see the Destro. We're going to see the RLS, which is... I'm okay with that.
I'm
Obviously,
okay with that. I'm not that happy about it.
Well, we would have been more happy with the Paladin, but I understand their reasoning. They want the comfort. They want to have only one person ulting. So it makes sense. It seems at least better than the Shadow Priest Rogue. Do I think that this is the answer? Probably not. Do I think Shadow Priest Hunter is the answer? It could be. Either way, I would love to see Jelly
Shadow Priest
run around in the
could
arena and press some of his buttons because he's extremely talented on that Hunter, and I want to see it.
When we talk about Golden Guardians potentially playing 2 alts for a composition that may be a better answer for Cloud9 here, do you guys think that that is worth that trade-off if they were to do that?
I would like to see. I feel like Paladin is better overall with the matchup that it's getting into the Destro Windwalker. You get more value, mana-wise, definitely mana-wise. I think Shaman is going to run out of mana before the Mistweaver if it's just a Destro lock trade. Curious, I feel like they have beat this comp in the past with the Roguelock Shaman, so it's still better than running the Shadow Priest, certainly. And I also kind of like their map pick here because they don't want to fight Cloud9 and Ashamanes without a comp advantage. So by going to their map and then trying to set up a more even playing field, it makes a lot of sense. Like, this is Golden Guardians playing for a potential Game 7 right now, getting Ashamane's Fall out of the way without having to worry about running their Rogue Lock into Mage Lock, for example. So it is a heads-up play by Golden Guardians, what they're doing here, but it's still going to be challenging.
Yeah, we're used to seeing WizK on that Shadow Priest, but he's opting for the lock in this game versus Cloud9. We're seeing them locking Ashmane's Fall as well. Then, how do we think they're going to use the utility of this comp to sort of shut down any setup that Cloud9 has a hope of landing?
Well, I think it's going to come down to Peekaboo a lot, right? Peekaboo is going to have to use a kidney shot. I mean, the good thing about the Assassination Rogue is you have a lot of lockdown. You have kidney shot, you have kick, you have Garrote Silence to try to slow down and limit what Channel is going to be able to do. That being said, I mean, Snuts and Cubsy are going to be able to back him up quite a bit on the Windwalker Monk and the Mistweaver Monk, respectively. And I think the hard thing for the Golden Guardians is that Cubsy will be able to get a drink. I mean, for the Mistweaver Monk, it's going to be easy to position far away. I think it's likely we see Golden Guardians kind of stuck at the pillar. Then as a result, Cubsy will probably end up having a mana lead in this matchup. But I like this composition a little bit more for the Golden Guardians. I just worry that WizK, I'm not sure he's going to get out the pressure that we really need to see him get out.
Well, we'll find out if that pressure will be enough from the Golden Guardians. Cloud9 up 2-0 in this grand final series here on Game 3.
Cloud9 are definitely back with a vengeance here. Snuts off the bench looking like it's permanent in this series against the Golden Guardians. The first time ever this season, Cloud9 were bested in a series by the Golden Guardians, but now this time around, the second round, where unfortunately it matters a lot more than the first time, Cloud9 appear to have an answer. Let's see if WizK on that Warlock can match Chanimal.
We're going to see if he can do just that. It's going to be a tall task, though. He is against the master of Warlocks right now, so he does have Peekaboo, though, to back him up. Peekaboo getting paralyzed on his own kidney, getting immediately reversed on. Beautiful leg sweep. Fist of Fury comes in. This could be a dress. It could be a one-shot. And that is going
gracious. Are you kidding me?
I was rubbing my eyes. I went to rub my eyes and then he died. I didn't even see him.
That game did not even make it to a minute, shutting down Peekaboo. Cloud9 up 3-0, putting themselves on match point. Okay, so for whoever was paying attention for those 40 seconds, walk us through those final moments there. How were they able to shut them down so quickly?
Well, Cubsy... Sorry, you go.
Yeah, I did see it, so it was a quick one.
That's why I don't blink, but that one time... like,
yeah, that's why you don't blink. All right, well, that's fair enough, right? So, I mean, what we saw there is just, it's a classic combo. It was just a leg sweep, an Infernal Stun, a Mortal Coil. It was just a nice setup coming in from Cloud9. They punished Peekaboo. He completely underreacted to the situation, but you can't, it's hard. I mean, you could try to fault Peekaboo for that, and ultimately it was, his fault a little bit, but you don't expect to go down that early in the match. You're playing these games to 15 minutes where you're waiting till dampening to see really any pressure start to develop, and you can get caught off guard when games are going so long. You really get this false sense of security, and that's what we saw in that game.
Yeah, and it's late for everyone too. So if you, like you were saying, Ben, if you're expecting it to last like 12 to 15 minutes somewhere in there, getting killed in the opener isn't really something you're expecting. We haven't seen it all weekend. I guess there was that one game that lasted like a minute or something. But anyway, I'm not going to count that. Cloud9 up 3-0. Only need one more win to win this entire tournament and be the grand finals winners of NA Cup number 3. But my question is, what is Golden Guardians going to do here? It's their map pick. Do you think they're going to try that comp again? I mean, clearly mistakes were made in that opener there, Sid. Or Vin. Go.
I was going to say, that is like, I'm going to be honest, that is one of the worst things that can happen to you, where you're putting your faith in this new composition, right, and you want to try it, and then the game plays out in a way where you don't actually get to see the game at all. Like, that could have happened if they were playing RPS, you know what I mean? Like, that could have had nothing to do with the composition that they were running, but they might get tricked into just going back to the RPS and saying, oh, that didn't work. I hope that doesn't happen, because I still feel like the Destro Warlock's going to be quite a lot better than the Priest. But man, that's definitely feels bad moment for the Golden Guardians, and hopefully they can just shrug off that loss.
Jelly.
Jelly. Jelly.
Jelly. Jelly. Play the flute with someone jealous.
Jelly.
Do it.
Jelly. Jelly.
Jelly. Jelly.
All right. Okay, cool. Did it work? Is he here yet?
We're having fun.
Where's
here.
the draft? Where's the draft? He's locking in. He's locking in. I know he's gonna.
Got a minute,
I summoned him.
20 left.
I gathered all the resources available
Okay.
to call in jelly beans.
Well, Golden Guardians locked in Dollarine Sewers. Cloud9 responding once again with that Windwalker lock. But yeah, Ben, I mean, that headspace is certainly not somewhere. It's got to be a difficult situation to be in, like you were saying. I really hope that they're. I do hope that they play that again. I want to see them try that comp again. Clearly, they saw something there that didn't work out in that last game, but really their backs are against the wall here. They only have one more chance to turn this around. 45 more seconds on their timer to pick out their comp. So hopefully Zico and Supatiz's little song there worked to summon him. I'm not sure if the chat is spamming jelly beans or not right now. Hopefully they are. They failed last time, but we'll see what happens next.
What we did is the equivalent of, like, you know when, like, you pop that headlamp and you do like the little bat icon and you summon Batman. That's pretty much what me and Sid just did, but out terms. So
you think it's gonna work? Maybe Jelly just wants to play. They're just gonna say, I'm probably gonna lose anyways. You know what I was gonna say? You know what I was gonna say? One of my favorite things. One of my favorite things about the Golden Guardians and the move, all their fans, they're on a first name basis. It's like, oh man, we really need to tag in Vincent right now. Like Carl's got to keep him alive for as long as possible. It's awesome. But Golden Guardians, they're gonna actually be bringing in Jelly, and I'm for one very excited about this. They're just gonna try something new on Dalaran Sewers. And I mean, maybe this is the secret ingredient they needed to actually win.
Whisking on a Demon Hunter as well.
Yep.
This is it. Oh, this is going to be a fast one. They're going to go for purges. They're going to go for big all-in. Win or lose in 2 minutes. This is it.
This was
Who
really
are they
just
killing,
a
those
group
Chanimals?
collaboration
Misweep,
with,
or they're gonna kill Cubsy.
with the four of
I
us
think.
and chat. We managed to summon jelly beans. I just want to say I'm really proud of all of us. Good job.
We did a great
Yeah.
job.
We did
You
it.
did it,
guys. We
team.
did it, team.
If you guys are happy that Jellybean's in the game, just a smiley face in the
Smiley.
chat right now, please.
Smiley faces in the chat.
Just to show you how far in the future I am, I'm gonna put a smiley face. You guys will know.
Wait,
You'll know the symbol when
I
you
need
see
to put a
it.
smiley face.
It's the same.
Wait, should we put it in? Is it in time if we do it now, or?
No, if we do it now, it's gonna be way in
Yeah,
the
it'll be
future.
like
Oh,
two
it's- oh, it's in the
hours. They're quite a
future,
bit ahead.
whatever.
It's
They're
worth
running
it.
a
Let's
bit
see if
ahead.
anyone catches on. Let's see if anyone catches on. We started a chain. Nobody's catching on.
Okay, well,
Oh, we'll see.
this is not a comp we have seen yet. This is Demon Hunter against the Warlock Windwalker. What do we think that they're seeing in this comp that they might be able to work out here against Cloud9? I'm sorry, my cat is...
Well, the thing is, it's high mobility. You stay on top of the Mistweaver, you land multiple interrupts, you purge him, you go all or nothing to kill Cubsy pretty much. You don't really have to kill him in a stun because you'll have decent uptime anyway. And the purges from the Shaman are really annoying. It's basically a dogpile on the Monk strategy, I think, for Golden Guardians.
Certainly. Look, do you guys think that it'll be a shorter game if Golden Guardians can manage to pull it off?
yes.
I mean, that's what
This
they're
will
looking
be a
to do,
shorter
right?
game.
This isn't a comp that they can do well in dampening.
They are not looking to go to dampening here. They are going to
Watch
go
them
in,
sit behind the
hold
box.
down purge, and they are going to run at one target, and they are going to run it down. And it's win or lose. That's the Jelly Bean way.
I'm so excited for this match. I can't even tell you guys. I really hope this works for them. I'm really happy to see Jelly Beans play again, and WizK especially on that Demon Hunter. Hopefully this is the answer that they've been looking for against that Warlock Windwalker that Cloud9 has just been absolutely dominating in. They're really feeling the pressure here on the side of Golden Guardians. This is, again, guys, in chat, a best of 7 series, so what is that? There it is. It's sandwich time. Do you guys see that?
What?
Look at the graphics.
Wait, where?
At the graphics.
Graphics.
Oh, it's
Below us.
Sandwich time. Oh, it's
Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter
Peanut
jelly.
butter
Yeah.
jelly.
My
Oh,
goodness.
it's
Great.
peanut butter jelly time.
I get it.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Oh, good job. We've all made
Sandwich time.
cringy jokes here. And now it's production's turn.
We appreciate them. I know
we
I
do appreciate them. And,
Oh, for
and
sure.
if this is our last game, I do want to give a quick shout out to them as well. They're all working super diligently behind the scenes. They've been here just as long as we have. So have the mods
Dude.
working super hard in
But
chat.
what-
It's probably late for everybody. They've all got kids and stuff, probably keeping their families and their neighbors up. But yeah, well done, everybody, for making it this long in the broadcast. Golden Guardians versus Cloud9 starting up soon here as these teams get ready to go. What do we think this opener looks like, Ven, for Golden Guardians? I'm curious.
Well, so I guess there's a few different ways the Golden Guardians can approach this. What I feel like they're going to do is kind of hit and run strategies on Channel. I think they're not going to be afraid to run away. Just kind of pick their moments when they can with the trap. What I'm curious to see is if we do see Channel playing the Imp. Because if he's playing Imp Dispel, then I don't know what Golden Guardians are going to do, to be honest. If they can live long enough, and maybe we see actually WizK on the Demon Hunter land mana rifts, they could potentially get a mana lead in this matchup, but I'm not exactly sure. If there's one thing that's really scary for the Demon Hunter, especially if he's not playing Conflict, it's going to be those Mortal Coils coming in from Chanimal. That Snuts is going to be able to follow up with a leg sweep, and that combo is really, really devastating to the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter has a lot of ways to survive, but very susceptible to being caught into these stun lock combos. And I think if Cloud9 can pull that off, Golden Guardians are going to be in some trouble. But I love the fact that Golden Guardians are willing to just try something and risk it in the finals.
All right, well, Golden Guardians versus Cloud9, Game 4 starting up soon here. The moment we've all been waiting for. Jelly Beans coming off of the bench, playing once again on that Hunter. I know I've seen a lot of Golden Guardian fans of the move in the chat. Let them hear your energy. They really need you guys at this time. One loss away from getting shut down out of the tournament. It is Golden Guardians versus Cloud9.
Peanut
Wait, let
butter
me try that real
jelly.
quick.
Huh?
If you're a member of the move, could you please let us know in the chat right now?
All right, WizK charging in on Chanimal. Jellybean going after Cubsy. Who's going to be the first target? Succubus from Chanimal. Absurge is crowd controlled. Mortal Coil on WizK. This could be devastating. He trinkets. He's not trading Blur. He Metamorphosis on the kidney, immuning the damage. I-Beam. He's maxed out his haste. Chanimal could be in trouble. A huge amount of damage on Chanimal. Vitality Conduit. Nice Diamond Ice Trap. Denying all the heals from that Vitality Conduit. Now they stun up Cubsy. They're going after him. Cubsy going to portal away. Another thing going for the Golden Guardians is that this is a comp that Cloud9 have probably never seen. It could be a bit of a surprise factor. Cubsy paralyzed. Chanimal still the target. Not able to find enough damage. Life Cocoon will stabilize him. I'm a bit surprised to see them going after the Warlock. Seduce on Absturge. No one's in range to stop it. WizK still the target here for Snuts. Storm, Earth, and Fire popped. Really powering through. Try and find a kill on that Demon Hunter, but with the Earthen Wall Totem, I don't think it's likely. Snuts is going to switch to Absturge. They overlap the Earthen Wall with the Blur. I'm not a fan of the cooldown usage there by WizK. Absturge is having a tough time, though, with Snuts. This is match point.
Let's see if he can shrug it off or if Absurge is going to be able to survive. And this is what Cloud9 is going to be looking to do. Snut's going to pressure down Absurge and then roll over and try to do a big one-shot on WizK when Chanimal is ready with the Mortal Coil. And he has the Mortal Coil ready. I think WizK realizes he could be in some trouble, so he's just going to play a little bit defensive, make sure he's topped off, and make sure that Absurge is in position to really help him out. There it is, Mortal Coil into a leg sweep. WizK is just going to get absolutely decimated, and Cloud9 with a clean 4-0 reclaim dominance and show, that was a fluke. Golden Guardian